Hi everyone, today's video is going to be a battle of the Goliaths of Wuthering Ways. We're talking about Jinshi versus Carlotta and who can clear the tower faster. This is comparing a S0 Carlotta versus an S0 Jinshi with their signature weapons. Please take these results with a grain of salt. My Jinshi and Carlotta have similar stats. Carlotta has more crit damage while Jinshi has more crit rate thanks to their signature weapons. The sub DPS and support I'll be using today are Jeji and Shorekeeper. I'll be running this comparison in the Overdrive Zone in the Resident Tower Floor 2. I chose this floor because both Glacial and Spectral damage are buffed by 10%. I think this is a good control setup. I didn't want to use the current TOA floors because they're either a Spectral disadvantage or Glacial advantage, which will kind of skew the results. The rotation I use are what I think is the most optimal for both characters. So let's start with Jinshi's side first. I use Jeji's Liberation as soon as possible so I can build Incandescence for Jinshi. Then we start building Shorekeeper's Concerto. I'm going to be using Heron here early, so by the time I'm prepping Jinshi's second laser, the Heron Echo will be back up. When I use Jinshi, I prefer to use Verena as a support because of the coordinated attack, the faster concealed generation, and it's more of a comfort pick for me. But for the sake of trying to limit the variables, I use Shorekeeper instead. With Shorekeeper, it is possible to shoot 2 Jinshi laser within one stellar realm, but the timing is pretty strict. If the timing wasn't strict, I'll probably swap to Shorekeeper now so I can refresh the Stellar Symphony buff and the Fallacy buff. But because of the strict timing, those two buff I kind of just had to let it fall off, so my Jinshi wasn't able to do full damage on the second laser. If she was able to do full damage, I think she can hit over like 430k on her laser. But that's pretty much the rotation here, and I think Jinshi takes 2 rotations to clear the level 100 crownless. So I'm gonna swap to Jinshi. And then I think during this rotation, I'm not able to fit in both the laser within the Stellar Realm, because during this phase, Crownless kind of flies everywhere, so it makes it really hard to hit him when I swap back to Jeji. He also hit me too. And then it looks like my Heron isn't back up yet, and I didn't fill up my Constrol yet. And I think the Stellar Realm is about to disappear. But yeah, it looks like I'm gonna clear it with 1 minute and 22 seconds, which is not bad. So now it's Carlotta's time. I try to keep Jeji and Shorekeeper's rotation similar to Jinshi's side. There are some slight variations to cater to Carlotta, like weaving in her skill here to build her substance. Carlotta's skill cooldown is 14 seconds, so I try to efficiently pad time. I might have swapped out Jeji a little too early, so that's why when I intro her in, her forte bar wasn't filled up. But I think that's fine because when I swapped to Carlotta, her skill just came off cooldown, so everything kind of lines up luckily. I use her forte here, so then by the time I finish using her liberation, her skill will be back up again. During this time when I'm shooting my shots, you don't have any hyper frames, so it is possible to get hit out of it and you'll lose DPS. And that's basically the rotation here. So now I'm building up my Concerto for Shorekeeper. I'm gonna swap to Jeji to build to use her basic attack 1, 2, 3 to fill up half for Forte bar. So then when I fill Jeji or Shorekeeper's Concerto and outro to Jeji, her Forte bar will be filled up. And then that's basically it. Do the same thing. Intro in with Carlotta, use her Forte, then use her Liberation. And it looks like that, it's looking like Carlotta will actually finish faster than Jinshi. Let's see, it's gonna finish like how long it's gonna take. I think like 1 minute and 3 seconds, which is pretty fast. In conclusion, Carlotta's Hypercarry team currently deals more damage than Jinshi's Hypercarry team. I don't think this comes up as a surprise since Carlotta can fully utilize Jeji's Ultra buff, and she has an Echo set that is specifically catered to her kit. If in the future we get a sub DPS that buffs spectral damage and liberation skill, I can see Jinshi clearing as fast or even faster than Carlotta's Hypercarry team. I'm going to try to do a quick swap comparison, but honestly my quick swapping plays is kind of subpar. I've also been seeing a lot of quick swapping videos of Carlotta. I kind of predict that Jinshi quick swapping is going to get crushed, but we'll see, right? Anyways, if you like these type of videos, please leave a comment, like, or subscribe. Other than that, have a nice day.